Hello, Patreon, and welcome to another bonus episode for your ears only. Dave here with two of the best in the biz. Well, let's just say it. Let's be honest. The two best in the biz. It's
Okay.
Matt and Jess.
Dave, just double checking which biz.
Yeah, which biz are you talking about there? That's my question too.
Pornos.
Ah, yeah, thank you.
I'd be
Finally
so
getting the respect we deserve.
I'd be so bad at pornos.
Well, I'd be great. I'd be really good.
I'd be spending the whole time like, can you not talk to me like that, please?
Can you not film this?
I'm so sorry. I'm a human, you piece of shit. Do you mind? I wouldn't be very good at it.
I'd spend the whole time apologising. So
Yeah.
if you're into that,
Sorry that my dick is so big. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
There's a niche for everything.
You're gonna need a wider lens, mate, because this ain't gonna work.
I'm searching dick apology porn. Yeah, a lot of hits.
Yeah. That's Dave. So yeah, we're very proud.
He puts the D in Dave.
Before I was a man, when I was a boy, I was just Ave. Really grew into the name, you know what I mean?
Used to be
What are
small
we
D.
doing?
Then when you became a man, you went through puberty and you got to capitalize that D.
Oh.
Okay, off to a good start.
I feel like Dave did that. That was you, Dave.
Yeah, you said we were in porn.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
New patrons might not know this. Dave, his special talent, if he has one, and he does, he's got many, but one of his special talents is
The
he
number
can turn anything into a porn parody title. So what would be the Do Go On porn parody? Have we ever done that one?
There'd be a few there, wouldn't there? Be Doggy On,
Oh, yeah, okay, yep.
Yeah.
Do Come On My Face, something like that.
Yep.
And then talking about these bonus episodes, what would you call these?
Well, boner episodes, come on.
Okay,
You just,
yeah,
go on.
that's pretty
That was an
straightforward.
alley-oop right there, yeah.
You set me
That
up.
was almost like Copeland and Gaze working there together.
Beautiful.
Gaze throwing it up,
Copeland slamming it down.
Like he's the solo man.
Yeah, so this is the Doggy On boner episode.
Okay, that's hot. Is it a porn type topic today or anything like that?
Well, if you get hot and heavy and you feel a little bit sexy when you're doing a quiz, you've come to
do.
the right place.
I do.
Okay, great.
I do. Doogie on.
Oh, Doogie.
Doogie on. That's hot. I'm good at this game.
Who's Doogie?
Doogie Howser.
He has it, yeah.
He grew up
MD.
to be that guy from other shows.
What's that stand for? Micro dick?
Doogie.
MD.
Stands for- yeah, great.
Remember the
Doogie
show was
micro
called
dick.
Doogie
It was prepubescent, I think. So it would have been probably. I mean, and there's nothing. I should say this. There's nothing wrong with having a micro dick. If any of our listeners do, that's all well and good. You know, God gave out the D, in disproportionate ways.
I mean,
They've got lucky.
yes, statistically, whatever I have, someone else doesn't have. It's
Yeah.
that big.
That's right. So
Oh, we're having fun tonight. So, basically, if you are new or newish to the Patreon for this month, we do 3 bonus episodes these days. I've already done a report on the bat bomb and other weird World War II explosives. So there's usually a report. There's a miscellaneous episode, which is what this is. Often a quiz, a Q&A, a catch-up, some sort of thing. Last time I did it, we did Desert Island Discs. But this time,
yeah.
back to a quiz, and we're going to have an episode of Phrasing the Bar at the end of the month. But what I've got here is I've prepared what I like to call a quiz that is, are you smarter than Jess and or Matt?
Oh, wow.
The quiz that is was fun, and then it kind of got clumsy from there.
Well, let's just call it the quiz it is.
Quiz it is.
Basically,
But isn't that supposed to be like a challenge? Like, shouldn't it be, are you smarter than this genius?
No, isn't it the original ones that you're smarter than a 5th grader?
Yeah, I know, but quite often the adults go in very smug and they don't know shit.
Yeah, well, I think that's what the listeners are going to do.
Oh,
they're-
yeah, they're going to
they're
go in
smug
smug and then they're going to go,
Yeah.
oh, wow,
They're
Jess and
gonna-
Matt are actually way smarter than we
Yeah.
ever give them credit for, and we should start being nicer to them.
Honestly, I think we both present less smart than we are. Dave, vice versa.
I'll cop to that. Goddamn right that is.
Yeah,
Do
we
I-
play the fool, but we're
Yeah.
actually very capable smarty pants.
Yeah, we're just method acting. We're Mensa acting.
Yes, we're Mensa acting.
You were Mensa in the sheets, Matt? Is that true?
Yeah, I think you very well know that. What I don't have in the D, I make up for in the B. B for brain.
All right. I thought it was B for bowel.
Well,
No,
that too.
no.
But as you guys know, as a gentleman, I don't have a bowel.
Gentlemen
no bowels,
don't
no butts.
shit.
No, gentlemen don't use the bathroom.
No.
So we got a Patreon message from a new patron who said from America, and they're like, you guys just say toilet, use a euphemism like a polite person, like restroom. And I said, I was mortified to hear that we've been saying the T word on this podcast, and I assume it was one of you two.
But we would, yeah. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't care enough to defend.
To be honest, I'd never say toilet. I always say shitter. So I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is.
I don't say where I'm going. I say what I'm going to do.
Oh yeah.
Well, gotta go take a dump.
I mean, still a euphemism there, right? So
Gotta
that's
go
pretty
poop
polite.
out my butt.
The message, I should say, was written very politely and with good humor. I'm making them sound like some sort of pedant.
But I think like what I was trying to sort of get at before is they're saying like we should be saying I'm just visiting the restroom, but we say toilet. But I think we're still referring to the room itself, not just the actual toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you'd ask the rest. At a restaurant, it would be fine to say where are the bathrooms or where are the toilets.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's like the room.
Andy Matthews had a joke about this ages ago, talking about how it's annoying that we speak in code like this. And it was basically, he goes like, he hates how people say they want to go to the bathroom when they want to use the toilet. And he goes, often so what I do to teach them a lesson is I shit in their bath. That'd be fun. Anyway,
that's right.
butchered the classic there,
joke.
but it was a good bit back in the day.
Anyway, Dave.
Yes. So what were we talking about?
The quiz.
Shitting in the bath. Okay.
Shitting in the bath.
So apologies. Yeah. Oh, I only just recently realized, the old American euphemism in movies and stuff in the 90s would be powder my nose. Oh, I've just got to go powder my nose.
Yeah.
I only just realized recently that women on dates in the 90s didn't need to do their makeup. I'm like, why do they have to keep touching up their makeup?
Oh, they were pissing.
Oh, they're going for a shit.
Yeah, they were pissing and shitting.
This is not what people want to be tuning in for.
Maybe it is. I don't know anymore.
Could you put up some sort of warning, Dave, that it starts off pretty... It's not blue, it's probably brown. This episode starts off really brown. Oh, they've gone a bit brown early.
It's a code brown early.
And I hate it. I'd hate to listen to this personally.
You'd be skipping. So let's get into the quiz then. That's what I was trying to do before, and you brought it up
anyway,
again.
Anyway, back in the bathroom. So I've got a quiz here. There's 3 rounds, each with 8 50-50 questions. So you don't even have to be a genius to get these ones right.
Yes.
2 options for each question. 1 is correct. So you could just guess your way to $1 billion, which is on the table.
So what have you got? How many options?
There's 2 options for each question. There's
50-50, Matt.
This is great. I know I got a trick that I use in exams and stuff. Always pick C. So this is going to come in very handy today.
Also, Matt, you just ignored the fact that he said we could win $1 billion.
Yeah. Chump change.
Petty change. Come on.
Where'd you get $1 billion, Dave? Is this from your account?
This is his wallet.
Found it in Matt's pants.
Perfect. Okay, great.
So you can win this back, Matt. And yeah, people at home, you can play along with this. I think the way we're going to do this is I'm going to read out each of the questions.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, if you were just sort of trying to think them at us, that would have been tricky.
Yeah, I know we are very obvious friends and
I mean,
quite connected, but
Still 50% chance of getting it right. So
I go C.
no, I'm going to read them in groups of 8. So each at the end of each round, I'll read out the answers, and you guys can mark your own sheets. So no cheating. Okay.
okay, great.
Okay.
No cheating, and then we'll see who's got the most after the 24 questions. And if there is a tie, and also because I thought 24 would piss Jess off, I have a
Thank you.
25th and tie-breaking question.
Right. Well, I just so you know, I don't have a pen handy, but I have found this old Faber-Castell texter.
Great color, nice
Uh,
blue.
Yeah.
Good
So
luck.
how would you describe that? Like a
That's an electric blue.
electric blue.
Ooh.
A bit of classic. That's classic Aussie rock there. Ice House. Big hit. Electric blue. I can see you all over you. Electric blue. Bam, bam. I didn't think I'd be able to hit that note so perfectly. Surprised even myself. And I
Oh,
could see
that's
how you were
nice.
looking at me like, whoa.
Yeah.
How is he doing that?
Why is he doing
Why
that?
is he doing that? Sorry, I misread that look.
All right, Dave, let's kick it off.
Okay,
I'm excited
round
to
number-
win $1
round
billion.
number- So I've tried to just cover all sorts of general knowledge topics here. So there's no rhyme or reason. We're just going to fire through many different topics. My first question is, and we actually briefly touched on this in a recent episode. By land area, which country is larger? Is it A, China, or B, the United States of America? So you write down A or B. By land area, which country is larger? A, China, or B, the USA?
It's a good question.
C, all of the above?
It's funny. A month or so ago, I would have been able to tell you the top 6 in order. I think 6 being Australia. But now I'm battling.
What happened over the past month?
I don't know. It's just that information's been pushed out of my brain.
From-
I've been
it
not
makes
drinking
room.
much and exercising. I'm not sure. Got no excuse.
Yeah, that's your first mistake. Sorry, I've already forgotten which order it was in. Is A, China, and B,
Yes.
USA? Okay, great.
Correct.
Thank you.
All right.
She's fumbled at question 1.
Oh, man, I thought 50-50 would make it easier, but maybe not.
Probably not.
All right, question number 2. Number 2, who is taller? A, Sylvester Stallone, or B, Bruce Willis?
Ooh,
Ooh.
not super tall, are they? Are they?
Well, they're taller than I am. That's a clue.
Is it?
Okay,
No.
so
Who's taller? I mean, who performs bigger, Jess?
I mean, Matt, that is a hard question.
That is a hard
That's
question.
hard.
And again, I've forgotten who's A and who's B.
A, Stallone.
Okay.
B for
Willis.
Bruce. Okay, that's good.
That's right.
Bruce,
Right.
we know, could fit down air conditioning vents.
Yeah.
Stallone played a super heavyweight boxer.
He's been stuck in a few events. We've seen that in most movies he's in. He gets
Yeah.
But let's not forget in the Expendables when he runs along a pier and jumps onto a seaplane as it takes off.
He gets
Which one
very
was
wet in
that?
that scene.
They're both in that film, are they?
No. Oh, actually, yes, Bruce Willis has a cameo, and I watched that last week. I've been watching a lot of action movies. You can probably tell there's another action question coming up. But question number 3. This is for you, Jess. What is She-Hulk's real name? Is it A, Sarah?
Have you given me any gimmies as well?
Yeah, there's a couple in here.
She-Hulk, so dumb.
What's She-Hulk's real name? Is it A, Sarah Joan Baker, or B, Jennifer Susan Walters? So
I'm like, I know this, I just can't remember it. And then you gave me the 2 answers. I'm like, oh, no, I don't.
No, I don't know it.
If it was Erica Banner or something, I would have.
So A, Sarah Joan Baker, or B, Jennifer Susan Walters. That's number 3.
Have you just made one of those up, or are they both real things?
I've made one of them up.
Oh, wow. Fantastic work, Dave. Both very believable.
Question number 4. These are both real, so I haven't made one of these up. What is the 5th element on the periodic table?
Fuck off. Oh, wait.
I keep forgetting
You
this.
sing them in order, so I'll know it.
Oh,
Is it A, boron, or B, carbon, aka carbon? A, boron. B,
Jess, show
carbon.
me your lips moving. What's going on
No,
here?
but I know it.
Oh,
Yes, when I go through the answers, you will be required to sing the song.
That's understandable.
what was the order there?
A, boron. B, carbon.
Boron's such a great element name.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what I want it to be. Carbon's the big one. That's one of the key. That's one of the real. I couldn't tell you what boron does, but carbon, I know that's a big player in the element village.
Mm.
I'd have them both in my top 5, personally, if I was ranking them. But yeah, you're probably not going off. This isn't my personal rankings for the elements.
No, it's when it was ranked by John Period. And he put on his
Okay.
table. His favorite.
He was obviously famous for inventing 2 things. One, the table. The other one, a time of the month.
And we thank him for it.
He was not a feminist.
All right, question 5. Matt, this one's for you.
A was boron, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Question 5. According to the American Kennel Club, in 2019, what was the most popular type of dog in the United States of America?
Wow.
Was it A, the Labrador Retriever, or B, the German Shepherd? A, Labrador Retriever, or B, German Shepherd? And for Matt, who doesn't like dogs, they're both types of dog. I haven't made one of them up.
No, I'm aware. Labrador Retriever is like sort of classic golden colored dog. It's 2 mixed together though. 2 classic ones, Lassie and a Labrador mixed together. And then the other one is a German Shepherd, more of a badass dog. That's Rex, the cop dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
From, what was that show called? Inspector Rex.
Yeah.
I imagine that's got a pretty
cop
big
dog.
international following. It follows a dog who's a
Who's a
police
cop.
person. Maybe from Germany. Makes sense. German Shepherd. Somewhere in Europe, one of those wacky European countries. Can I say that?
They're also wacky. All right, question number
I can
6.
say that because I'm 1/16 just Italian. So
Yeah, it's
That's
fine.
right. Number 6. Is your appendix on the A, left, or B, right-hand side of your body? Do both of you have your appendixes?
Yeah.
as far as I know, I haven't checked. Wouldn't know which side to. Left or right? Looking at me or me looking at you?
Your left or right?
My left or right? For my appendix or your appendix?
Your Matt Stewart's appendix.
Matt Stewart's appendix. Me, Matt
so
Stewart?
Yes.
Or Matt Stewart, the guy who used to live down the road?
No, you, Matt Stewart, and
Okay.
Jess, yours is for you, Jess. I don't need to explain this to you. You get it.
Yeah, I've already answered.
Oh, okay. I forgot we got a bloody medical doctor in the house.
Yes, it's me.
So
Jess Perkins, MD.
Yeah, that's because you got a
Micro
micro
dick.
dick. Sorry, Dave. Once again, which is left and which is right,
A
and which
left.
is the appendix.
A left, B right. Just hold up your thumb and index finger, and you can tell it makes an L shape for your
Yeah,
left.
that genuinely got me through early days.
Yeah.
Oh, and the cool thing about it is, looking at myself in the mirror, my left hand still says L.
That is cool.
All right,
It
we've got
doesn't
another.
to me.
Wait, does it?
No.
Not in a mirror, but into the video looking back at me.
Yes,
which
we're
is
recording this
not
over video
mirrored.
call.
All right, so A left, B right.
Yes. All right, I'm going to move on to question 7. And Matt, it's a sport one, so maybe you'll get this. The question is Mike Trout a famous name in the world of A, NFL, gridiron, or B, MLB, baseball? Mike Trout. Is he a famous name in the world of NFL, A, or B, MLB?
I realized I've done most of my answers have been the same letter. So
That's
I
odd.
just chose the opposite then just to have a go.
It looks like Fred Flintstone's written my answers down. Abba dabba doo.
Why are you writing D, Matt? There's no D.
I panicked.
That's great.
But that does. I've written a few of each. So
That's
Right.
good.
Final one before we check in with your answers. This is number 8 in bit highbrow here. From Mike Trout to Shakespeare.
Ooh.
In the world of Shakespeare, what was Juliet's last name? In Romeo and Juliet, was Juliet A Montague, or B, a Capulet?
could have told you it was one of those two.
A Montague or B Capulet for Juliet?
Wherefore out there?
I've gone with my gut, and now I'm doubting her, but I'm just leaving my answer as it is.
Well, you got to figure out which one works better. Romeo Capulet, Romeo Montague.
Juliet
And which was A and which was B?
Juliet Montague.
And it's just a reminder, Matt, it's Juliet we're looking for, not Romeo. And
Okay.
A Montague or B Capulet?
Juliet Capulet. There's no way. Shakespeare's like famous for. He's made up the name Juliet Capulet. I don't think so. Oh, Juliet Capulet. I don't think Willie Shakespeare's coming up with that sort of BS.
But maybe he pranked you.
Oh no. So which one's Montague?
A Montague, B Capulet.
The problem is Montague sounded better for both, but I just think that makes it all the more reason for them to get married. You know?
That's right. Well, I mean,
And to take whoever's name is Montague.
what are they both? A Capulet. They both become Capulet. They choose Capulet. Then
Oh, Dave, you are so old school. Anyone can take anyone's surname.
you are
sir.
so obscure.
So old school. Sorry,
Right.
when I drink a cup of tea, mild Swiss Italian accent comes in.
All right, let's check in with some answers now. So that was round 1.
Come on, Perkins.
Now mark your sheets here. The honesty system, Matt.
I've written them all down. I mean, I can show you.
Oh, I saw that.
And
All right,
you're wrong.
Let's go through the answers. By land area, larger is A China.
Yes.
It's only just larger than the US. The order is, and Matt was right.
All right, can I say that? Can I have a go? Is
Yeah.
China number 1?
No.
Canada? No.
No.
Russia.
Yes.
Russia, Canada, China, USA, Brazil, Australia.
Yes. And what's up? One more after that? I've got
Well
one more.
done.
That was amazing.
One after Australia. Oh, what would be? Is it another South American?
No, it is an Asian country.
Oh, I'm going to throw this open to Jess.
I have no idea. I wouldn't have said Canada was bigger than China. So I don't know anything.
Well, the real question is, did either of you write China for that and get a point?
Yeah, both
Yes,
of
we
us
both
did.
did.
Yep.
Okay, nice one.
Glad
The
to know Dave's paying attention.
The 7th one is India.
India, damn it, of
Ah.
course.
Of course.
Of course.
All right, who do you think is tallest, Stallone or Willis?
I went Bruce.
I said Sly.
Correct is B, Bruce Willis,
Ah.
who is 6 centimeters or just over 2 inches taller. Bruce
Yeah,
is
right.
183 centimeters, Stallone 177.
Because I kind of went,
177.
I assumed Sly, so I'm going Bruce. Because they look like Bruce seems smaller than Sly, but I know Hollywood uses tricks.
Yeah,
Well-
I figured they were close, so I just took a punt.
My original question was going to be Stallone or Arnie, but there's actually a real debate on the internet as to how tall Arnold Schwarzenegger is.
Oh.
Really?
I would have thought Arnold would be way taller, but I haven't. Is he not that tall?
No, he's not that tall. So I think he claims to be 6'2", but then other people have said he's only like 5'10", and then he wears lifts.
Oh,
and all sorts of-
they're big lifts, 4-inch lifts.
and that he's lied about his height, like, for publicity and things like that.
So truthers, there's Schwarzenegger height truthers.
Yeah, for sure. She-Hulk's real name is B, Jennifer Susan Walters.
That
Yep.
did sound right to me. The other one was good. When you said the first one, I'm like, oh no.
Sarah Joan Baker. Thank you. That was one of mine.
That's
Sarah
good.
Joan Baker's really good.
But I remembered Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer sounded right.
Yeah.
I'm on a
Oh.
hot streak here, 3 from 3.
Just a little background on She-Hulk. Walters is a lawyer who, after an injury, received an emergency blood transfusion from her cousin, Bruce Banner, and acquired a milder version of his Hulk condition.
I'm glad it was milder.
It was milder because she's a little weighty, and that way she could still be feminine.
Yeah, we don't want to kill her.
Yeah.
Our fifth element on the periodic table. What'd you guys go for?
I went, no, let's see, Jess knows. Oh, actually, Jess knows. I went for carbon, but then I'm thinking, is carbon number one? Carbon's one of the key ones. But I went for carbon anyway.
You
Well,
stupid fuck.
Jess, do you want to sing the
boron.
song?
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen,
Oh,
oxygen,
6.
fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium.
How
Or
far can you go?
aluminum, right?
That's as far as I can go.
That's really impressive. Yeah, you're right. It's boron number 5, carbon 6.
6.
Hydrogen's number 1. That's another one of the big players. What does boron do?
Not very much when I looked into it. They use it for some sort of chemical stuff, but it's not. It's very, very rare. It's like 0.002% of everything is boron.
Wow. So
But carbon, as you said, a lot. All right. The most popular dog last year in America was the Labrador.
Yes.
A classic.
Classic.
You're right.
Should you
Family
get us
dog.
to say what we said first, Dave, and then give us the answer?
Don't tell him how to do his own quiz.
Good, very good point. Very good point. I accidentally tried to make it better, but you're right.
Yeah. Let
We
him
should leave
let
it.
him be shit.
Don't
Okay.
be bad. Come on. I've got to learn.
He's doing his best.
Only way I'll learn. German Shepherd was second, so they are a very popular dog. All right, I'll get you both guys to give me your answer on this. Mike Trout, is he famous for NFL or Major
I
League
think you've
Baseball?
skipped one here.
Yep. You've skipped one.
Skip 6.
You've skipped
sorry.
the appendix.
What people won't know, but you will see, is that my dog Humphrey is currently attacking me whilst I'm doing the
I mean, attacking is a strong term. He's licking you.
My finger is in his mouth, Jess. I
Loving
could
you.
die at any moment.
He's loving you.
Hi, pup. Good boy. You are a good boy.
It's a strong love.
Appendix, what side do you reckon?
I've gone for right
I've gone for left.
because, I think in religion, Jesus sits on the right side of the Father, I believe, and I thought maybe that came from the appendix. Maybe that's why the appendix was placed there. I'm not sure.
Once again, your religious studies have served you well because it is a right-hand side.
Fantastic.
I wrote A and then wrote left.
Well, that's right. I wrote B right.
Okay. So it was on the right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry, B, right. Sorry, I've written A as in answer. And then
Yeah.
very confusing over here.
Yeah, that
The
was
right
confusing
answer.
that time. Yeah.
So that is B, right-hand side. All right, Mike Trout. What do you reckon?
Sounds more like a US politician than a sports person. I haven't heard of him. Have you heard of him, Jess?
No, I haven't. So this is when I realized I said A a lot. So I just said B baseball. Just
I
to
went
have
B
to put
baseball as well, but my logic was I reckon I know more footballers,
Yeah, right.
and there's so many baseballers. So I just feel like for a famous baseballer, I reckon Trout sounds more baseball than football to me.
You are correct. Mike Trout is.
Yay.
And to be honest, people that like baseball will be like, how did you not know Mike Trout?
Oh,
I
wow, okay.
I personally didn't know him, but he's still currently playing. Younger than Jess and I, and this is his achievement so far. 8-time All-Star, 3-time Most Valuable Player for the American League, winning the award in 2014, 2016, and 2019. And
Wow.
every other year in between, he was runner-up.
Wow.
He's nicknamed the Millville Meteor. And in 2019, last year, he signed a 12-year, $426 million contract with the LA Angels.
$426 million
Yeah.
and a 12-year contract.
Which
So
is,
we're going to win
second-
more from this quiz than he's earning in that whole contract.
yeah, what a loser. He's
Will-
the second
will-
highest paid American athlete ever.
Even if we split it because we're such good friends,
Yeah.
we still made more than him.
We're just going to have fun and then split the money anyway, Dave. So
Oh my God. Mike
Suck it.
Trout's an idiot.
Suck it, Trout.
Why doesn't he just do a quiz with his friends instead?
that's so funny that we have not heard of him. Oh, I feel
wasn't
like I don't know why. I'm guessing I can't name a current MLB player. That means
Yeah.
Say Mike Trout. Say
Mike
Mike.
Trout.
Yeah, of course.
and he's got my vote.
Final question for the round was, in the world of Shakespeare, Juliet's last name is, what did you go for, Matt? You were tossing up.
I went for Montague, and you heard my logic. It can't be Juliet Capulet. That would be stupid.
I went for Capulet.
Oh, no.
I don't want to disappoint you, Matt, but Shakespeare is a fucking idiot. It
Oh,
is
no,
truly
Juliet
It's
Capulet.
me.
As soon as Jess said she went Capulet, I just been a drama major. And honestly, Dave, I won't complain. But you have definitely, this is so far, been playing to Jess's strengths. You've got...
It started with geography,
drama,
then action stars, then comic
She-Hulk.
books,
She-Hulk, your favorite character. Then you know the
then
song.
science.
Yeah, Boron or whatever. You're all over that. Then dogs, which you love.
I do like dogs. Then biology.
Another one of your faves. So
Yep.
honestly, all
It
8
wasn't
questions
skeletal
played.
system. I'm only good at the skeletal system.
Okay. I think we must be up pretty even. I got 6 out of 8 there.
I got 6 too.
Yeah.
Well done, team. That's great.
So despite Jess having the upper hand there with the easier questions for her knowledge, I've still come out equal, and I think that says a bit.
2 more rounds though.
Yeah,
2 more rounds.
I assume the Saints get a run in this next round.
Yes, it's 8 questions about the Saints. What position did Nicky Winmar play?
Well, I mean, that's a bit of a trick. It was kind of a utility, but yeah, probably. I'm guessing the answer you've got down there is wing.
I've actually got a utility,
Sucked in.
whatever that means. All right. Question 1 of round number 2 is, which city based on metropolitan area, because people often debate about, like, for example, just to explain, in Melbourne, we say, oh, we've got 5 million people that live here, but the CBD doesn't have 5 million. It counts all the suburbs around it. So counting all the suburbs around the city, which is home to more people? Is it A, Shanghai, or B, Tokyo?
Oh,
Oh.
my guess is both of those have a similar population to Australia.
Yes, or more.
Wow.
They're both in their sort of top 5-ish, but which one is home to more people? A,
Yeah.
Shanghai, or B, Tokyo?
I'm having a guess there, but I'm guessing they're both extraordinary numbers.
Oh, yeah. Amazing stuff. All right, Matt, playing to your strengths here. Who was the second president of the United States of America? Number 2. Obviously, George Washington's the famous number 1. But
I know, I just watched Hamilton the other day.
Oh.
Well, you'll know the song. Boreon, Birleon, Beganon, Hamilton. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, well, one of them is Jefferson.
Jefferson.
A, Thomas Jefferson, or B, John Adams. A, Thomas Jefferson, or B, John Adams. Just think back to Hamilton.
I know, but they're both in there. Oh,
I feel like maybe they're both... Are they 2 of the 4 fathers? Founding fathers.
Yeah. But not the $10 founding father without
So,
a father.
who was who's A and who's B?
A, Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I do know how to say it. And B, John Adams.
Jefferson Ford. Beep, beep. Is it got anything to do with him?
Is that real?
Yeah.
That song? Because I reckon, what is
That's
that?
the Jefferson Ford jingle.
The more you know.
You doing an ad jingle round? That's one of my strengths. Especially from the
what's
90s.
the number for Lubemobile? 1330 A32 or 1330 B34?
13, 32.
They fixed the car.
Trick question. It's 13.
On a technicality. All right, question number 3. In karate, which belt is ranked higher? A blue belt, or B, a purple belt?
Oh, okay. Didn't
See,
realize.
I only did Taekwondo.
Oh,
We
So
did
they
not
use a
have
similar
purple.
system?
We had, white is what you start on. Then you get yellow, then blue, then red, then black.
Oh, they didn't have a purple.
No purple. Okay, A and what was A and what was B?
A is blue, B is purple.
Okay.
All right, next question. Should be a gimme. Does the
No.
sun rise in the A east or B west?
I only learnt this like actually got it solid in my head very recently. And even then, I'm saying I've got it in my head and now I'm worried I don't.
What I love about this one is like you should know it, but then you start to panic and question
Exactly.
yourself, don't you?
Because it sets, because I can see the sun set from my house. So I know that that is facing. So it has to rise in the opposite. Okay. So A is east or B is west?
A
Wait.
east or
A
B
east.
west? A east.
And the question is that the sun rises.
Yes,
Okay.
rising.
See, I just confused myself and now I'm panicking.
I know. Sorry, I'm looking at Matt, and he's also looks like he's overthinking it.
What was? Yeah, no, it's one of those ones that I think I definitely know, and now I've confused myself on multiple different tangents, which I'll let you know about later if you like. But what? So is it rising or setting?
I'll repeat the question one more time. Does the sun rise in the A east or B west? Rise.
Thank you very much.
All right. Next question is a music one. Is Mix Master Mike the DJ for A, Public Enemy, or B, The Beastie Boys? Mix Master Mike. What an incredible name.
I have no idea.
The most famous is the DJ for Public Enemy, A, or B, The Beastie Boys. I thought Matt would know that, but he's looking like he doesn't.
He's looking like he wants to die.
It's funny. I'm like, it's another one where. So you went. It was A, Public Enemy, B, Beastie Boys.
Yeah, that's right. Mixmaster Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I've only ever dabbled in hip hop, but I mean, I've listened to both of those bands, and I know Mixmaster Mike by name. I would have guessed one of those bands. I was hoping you were going to name the second one was going to be
Red Hot Chili
Five or
Peppers.
something. Yeah.
All right, next question is, we've covered one on the show before. Which of these events, famous 80s events, happened first? Was it A, Live Aid, or B, the Chernobyl disaster?
Ooh, Live Aid would be a good topic potentially.
Yeah, I reckon it would be. But which happened first, A, Live Aid, or B, Chernobyl?
I wish
And the
I'd
disaster,
watched the series because I can't remember when Chernobyl was. I think I remember
I did
when
watch this series
Live
and I
Aid
don't
was.
remember when it was. And I did the report on Freddie Mercury and I don't remember when Live Aid was.
So which was first?
Yeah, which happened first? Live Aid or the Chernobyl disaster is B?
No more Chernobyls.
You've
It
taken.
was so fun to do that episode. I would have mentioned on that episode probably that I never got. I always thought that was a funny line in The Simpsons, but I never had any idea what it meant.
Oh, you didn't get the line. That's hilarious.
And then maybe it was even on that episode that I it all clicked a bit. I can't remember.
What about Mr. Burns? Thank you, Homer. You've turned a potential Chernobyl into a mere 3 Mile Island.
That's fun.
All right, second last question for the round is Nicole Kidman A, left-handed, or B, right-handed?
Another one playing right into Jess's left hand.
She famously loves Nicole Kidman and all her work, but is she A, left-handed, or B, right-handed? Jess looks so unimpressed right now.
I like
A
Nicole
left, B
Kidman.
right. A left, B right. Is that right?
A, left, B, right. You're not a fan of our Nicole?
No.
Ow, Nicole Kidman.
Bring it back. Right. Final question for the round, and I did not know this until looking into it, so I was really surprised. When it comes to the chocolate, what does M&M stand for?
Oh.
I didn't know it stood for anything, but it does.
Oh.
Is it A, Mars and Maxwell, or B, Mars and Murray?
I don't know, so I'm having a guess.
Chocolate. The M&M. Does it stand for A, Mars and Maxwell, or B, Mars and Murray?
This is hard. I'm not confident of any of these. I'm confident of a couple of them, but not many.
All right. Well, shall we go through some answers?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm confident of one of them.
Yeah.
Love that. 1 out of 8.
Not bad.
What did you guys say for the largest city or the largest city?
I said Tokyo.
I went with Shanghai because it's the one that I've been to, and I know it was huge, but I think Tokyo might be as well.
It is huger. It is A, Tokyo. The population of their metropolitan area is the largest in the world. It's 37.5 million.
I went A, Shanghai. Do I get a point?
Oh, no, I've done it again.
Done it again. It's B, Tokyo.
B, Tokyo. Sorry, everyone.
That
sake,
does
Dave.
feel like that makes sense. Tokyo seems like it should be bigger for some
It's
reason.
and Shanghai's, for the record, 25.5 million, so it's still one of the biggest.
It's
It is about
insane.
Australia's population.
In one city.
It was, I love going. It was the first country I visited outside of Australia.
Oh, that's cool.
Did I say first country? First city. It was the first place I went to outside of Australia.
So you started with somewhere small then.
Yeah.
The second president of the United States, did you say Thomas Jefferson or John Adams?
I went with Thomas Jefferson.
John Adams.
It is B, John Adams.
Oh, Jess, mauling me like America's favorite dog, the Labrador Retriever. I've called it Labrador both times. I've said it, I think.
I don't think you know how to say it.
Uh,
I just
Without a doubt
remember
as well.
King George in Hamilton mentioning John Adams. And at
Mm.
first I was like, is that because they assumed he'd take over, or did he actually take over? And so I had to go.
Thomas Jefferson was number 3.
3, yes.
More famous throughout history. But his son, John Adams' son, John Quincy Adams, was the 6th president.
Oh,
First father-son combo.
cool.
Guess has there been a few? What a weird. I mean, that says something's not quite right, right? It's not. It's all about not being hereditary like the English system,
Yeah.
and they've got a very similar system. There is the the American aristocracy, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, so it's wild that I'm making such a bold statement. But it does feel like that. Like it was a second Clinton ran. There's been multiple Bushes. You know, it just feels like it's these powerful families.
Yeah.
Okay, in
Take that.
karate. Yeah, karate chop government. What belt did you say is higher? A, blue, or B, purple?
I went for purple, which feels like that's wrong. But anyway, that's what I wrote.
I went for blue as a
The
guess.
answer is blue.
Amazing.
It goes white, yellow, orange, green, purple, blue, brown, black.
Right. No red.
Yeah.
So brown comes towards the end, but we started with brown here today.
Yeah, that's right.
Brown would suck. It just wouldn't look good. I'd be very
That's right.
motivated to move on to blacks.
Yeah,
you
I'd be-
know?
I think brown's a strong look. I like brown
No.
as a belt color.
No. Oh, okay.
Maybe for like a practical belt.
I like a tan in a bag, for example.
When they're giving you the brown, could I get in a tan?
Yeah. Oh. Not for me.
Okay, next question was the one that we all overthink. Does the sun rise in the east or the west? What did you say?
East.
East.
You are correct.
Thank fuck for that.
It's east.
Yeah, that was the one that I was confident of. All the others was not.
According to NASA,
With good
that's
reason,
because,
apparently.
The sun, the moon, the planets, and the stars all rise in the east and set in the west. That's because Earth spins towards the east. There you go. Makes sense.
Okay.
And they go on to say, you wonder why you don't feel the Earth spinning. It's because human beings have no, quote, speed organs, which can sense absolute speed. I don't know what that is, but they wrote it.
Speed organs.
That's why we're inferior to the wombats. They're made purely of speed organs.
Yeah,
They are desperately hanging on to the earth because they can feel us moving. They're like,
Ooh.
oh, it
Slow
doesn't
down.
feel good in my tummy.
Slow it
Ugh."
down. Slow it down. Mixmaster Mike is the DJ for
All right, I'm pretty confident of this now. Beastie Boys.
Jess.
I guessed Beastie Boys.
You are correct. It was the BB Boys.
It took me. I'm like, what? It was another one. Those two are both ones I knew, and then got a bit confused by.
Yeah, I hate that feeling.
Public Enemy's DJ or long running DJ, DJ Lord. Not quite as cool a name, I reckon. Mixmaster Mike.
That's pretty good. DJ Lord's all right though, hey?
Yeah, it's kind of more badass.
Yeah.
It is. It's badass. Which happened first, Live Aid or Chernobyl? What do you think?
I went with Chernobyl.
Here's
Chernobyl.
my logic. I was like, surely it would be Live Aid because, like, they never mentioned Chernobyl at Live Aid. So I figured
Raising money for Africa.
if Chernobyl had happened, somebody would be talking about it. So
That's
I
true.
said Live Aid first.
Freddie's like, this one's for Chernobyl. Boom, boom, ch. Boom, boom, ch.
Maybe.
Another one bites the dust. Bit poor taste there, Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie, come on, mate.
It was a Live Aid, which was 1985.
And they never mentioned Chernobyl.
If they did, it would have been real sus.
That was 85 Live Aid.
And Chernobyl was 86.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Chernobyl was early 80s. There you go. I don't
Right.
pay attention at all. I retain nothing.
I mean, I did a report on it, but that was episode 25 or something. It was a long time back.
I'm pretty confident on my answer for question 7, but question 8 is a total guess. But if I get 8, 7 and 8, I've got them all right. And I've just jinxed myself by saying that.
That's
You're on an absolute heater. I don't even remember what the next one is, what the question is.
The question is Nicole Kidman one of Jess's or one of ours?
My
Are you
logic
left-handed?
here is, and I know this doesn't add up for you, a normal quiz, it would be, this question's not asked if she's not a left-hander, but of course you're smarter than that, Dave, and you could be doing the old double bluff. But I've gone with left-handed,
Same.
assuming you've triple bluffed us.
Well, I've quadruple bluffed. No, it is a left-handed. But when she played right-handed writer Virginia Woolf in 2002's The Hours, for which she won the Academy Award, she actually learned to write with her right hand to make her performance more authentic.
Great. That's what gets you awards.
But imagine being that fucking loser in the cinema watching and going, actually she was right-handed. I'd be like, get a life.
I would have just fixed it by mirroring her image.
Yes. Okay, so 8. This is what I need, and I
right.
totally
It's all
guessed.
down to this. You didn't know what M&M stood for. The Mars I knew. I was thinking maybe it was going to be Mars and Mars.
I was thinking, when I was like, okay, M, is it milk?
Oh, that's good.
I was like, milk and...
milk and milk.
Milk
Magic.
and milk.
Magic milk.
Come on.
All right, is it A, Mars and Maxwell, B, Mars and Murray? What did we say?
I went with the A because it sounds cooler. Mars
Me
and
too. I
Maxwell.
went for Maxwell.
I'm afraid it is
Oh,
Mars and Murray.
damn it. Bopper. That's great though. You've gone 6 in the first round, 7 in the second.
But
So
7,
this next round, you are on track for 8.
7 was 90%. Sorry, this round 2 was 95% guessing. I just got lucky. I love 50-50.
The beauty of the 50-50.
The only one I was confident on was the sun rising in the east, and I was pretty sure Nicole Kidman was left-handed. That was it. Whew.
Just the background of Mars and Murray, because I had no idea about it, is in 1941, Forrest Mars Sr. of the Mars Candy Company struck a deal with Bruce Murray, son of Hershey President William Murray, to develop a hard-shell candy with chocolate at the center. So they teamed up on it.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go. Bonus fun.
And so why did Mars get does Hershey have some ownership of it or something?
I think it's made by Mars these days.
Yeah, I think it is made by Mars.
Yeah, they developed it together.
That's nice.
So let's have a quick score check. Jess, I think you're on 13, is that right?
Yeah, that is correct.
And I'm on 9.
Matt, you've got this.
Yeah, I mean, really, I'm on 9 out of 16, but if these weren't 50-50s, I'd be on a lot less than that.
Absolutely.
3 out of 16 or something.
Same. Yep.
All right. Well, question 1 of random 3 is: who is the only person to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame not once, not twice, but 3 times?
Okay, I've been reading about
Ah.
this. I've been reading about the Hall of Fame a lot lately, so I should have some upper hand here.
Do you know? Oh, don't say it obviously, but do you have any idea without me reading out the options?
I think so. Yes.
I'm just thinking that, like, if they've been inducted multiple times, then they'd be in different bands or maybe have like a solo. That's all I'm thinking.
That is actually definitely what's happened. Yes.
Okay,
you're right.
great.
So is it A?
Dave,
Paul
I should just say as well, when I said before, I just had the thought how I said I would have been on 3 out of 16. Some of the questions would have been hard to answer without the 50-50. Who's taller out of Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone? Not giving you any options. I'm not letting you know what the answer might be. Or you'd have to go, who's taller out of these 2 different Hollywood stars? Can't name them.
Just who's taller? Write it down.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, you said Paul McCartney?
A. Paul McCartney or B. Eric Clapton? One of them
Oh,
been inducted a record 3 times. Only person. A. Paul McCartney. B. Eric Clapton.
Ooh. Yeah, great.
I'm having a guess.
All right, question number 2. Another one that I find hard to remember the difference. Does a stalagmite with an M for Mary hang from the A ceiling or grow from the B ground? So stalagmite. When you're in a cave, does a stalagmite hang from the ceiling? That's A. Or grow up from the ground? B. You guys are getting real serious in this round, aren't you? I can feel it. Feel the tension.
No, well, it's just these are the first 2 that I've had in a while that I think the answer's in my brain.
Yeah.
The
So
other
you
ones
just-
are sort of like, I'm not really sure, but both of these, I reckon I know
Somewhere in there.
somewhere in there.
Yeah, see, it's the opposite for me, where I'm going, we don't know this, Jess. Just write down anything. And I love you. I just give myself little pep talks. You're doing great.
All right, next question. And you can, again, tell that I've been watching a lot of action movies lately. Which action star has a master's degree in chemical engineering from the University of Sydney? Is that A, Jean-Claude Van Damme, or B, Dolph Lundgren?
What?
One of those
I'm
men has
surprised by either of those.
a master's degree in chemical engineering from the University of Sydney. But is that A, Jean-Claude Van Damme, the muscles from Brussels, or B, Dolph Lundgren?
Oh, again, I have no clue. And whoever it is, that is baffling information.
Yeah, that's surprising stuff.
There you go. All right. What was the USA's 50th state? Rounding them up to a nice 50. Was that A, Hawaii, or B, Alaska? The United States' 50th state. Was that A, Hawaii, or B, Alaska?
I told you it was all luck in the last round, and this time I've got nothing.
I read about this week.
Did you?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm hoping
I got it.
I'm hoping I'm remembering it right.
Was it the place that I was supposed to be flying to on Sunday?
Which one? Oh, were you going to go on Sunday?
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that.
Just got an email saying
You
your
still
trip
coming?
is coming up.
Oh, that's
Who
cruel.
sends that?
Booking.com, that's who.
Oh, there's fucking.
It was.
Read the fucking room.
I hope it was like your enemy from high school.
Going, oh, you excited for your trip? You excited? Your little 30th birthday trip? Oh, you can have a nice time. A, Hawaii, B, Alaska. Is that?
Were you going to go to Alaska? Is that where you were going?
I was going to be going to Honolulu.
Is that in Alaska?
Yes, I believe so. Yes. I'm packing my snow gear. Dave, you were supposed to be going on a trip as well. When were you supposed to be leaving?
Luckily, I hadn't paid for anything.
Oh,
so
that's
I didn't have
good.
a set date, but I was definitely planning to be in Africa on the 28th.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd booked and paid.
Yeah,
Flights,
I'm
a
sorry about
com,
that.
I'd done the works. That's okay.
I was Did you get anything back?
Yeah, I got it all back.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, which I was very, very surprised by.
And Bookings.com's still trying to make you go.
Yeah, because I got a refund straight from the hotel. So Bookings.com don't know, I guess. But still, I mean, no one can travel. How do you think I'm going to get there? I'm just going to be sitting on my couch watching Avengers movies, eating cake. All right? I'm happy with that.
That sounds
I'm
pretty good.
fine. I'm fine with it.
We should
Here you
get a
go.
cake made for Jess, Dave, and eat it for her to celebrate for her.
Great.
That would be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I
Maybe
would
send
love
a photo of us eating a cake for Jess.
For you.
if you could quite genuinely have some cake. That'd
Yeah,
be nice.
I
Yeah.
could do that for sure.
Thank you.
We should have a let's have a Zoom in between your 2 birthdays. Let's have a
Yeah, on the 27th. That sounds
All right.
nice.
That'd be lovely.
All
Will
right.
it be a roast?
No, I don't like
yeah.
it.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
write.
like it.
I'm gonna write a roast about both of you. Hey, Dave, you're rocking up in that haircut. Good luck, dickhead. All right. Hey, what is the? I'm not a good roast comic.
I don't want to roast.
They're awful. All right.
Yeah.
Next question is, what is the all-time best-selling game on PlayStation 1? Is that A, Crash Bandicoot, or B, Gran Turismo? The best-selling PS1 game. A, Crash Bandicoot, or B, Gran Turismo?
Well, I know Jess is the
idea.
gamer of the duo. I did watch. You know that there's some guy on YouTube who makes videos of it's like a timeline graph of the biggest selling things at different times. I watched the whole one about gaming consoles this week.
That's cool. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
Matt's been taking a lot of info related to this, but have you been keeping any of the info?
I don't. Well, that one it didn't have games. It was this consoles. So I could tell you that PlayStation or Sony's the biggest ever seller. Nintendo's second, and I think Microsoft might have got into third. Atari was big for a long time, and then fell away. And there were all these other ones like Calico and stuff, which I talked about in the Games Crash of '83, and it was
an episode I remember.
Yeah, I vaguely remember.
Like all of them, I remember them all.
That episode has been entered into the Australian National Film Sound Archive. Remember how they emailed us and now we're on their website?
What? No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
We're on a government website and they've got that whole episode that you can stream about video games.
I do very vaguely remember that now.
I don't even vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I found it again when we were going to, let's speak of more cancelled travel or applying for a US visa, and you had to prove that, you are a significant person in your industry to get a visa. One of the things was like, well, check us out on the Sound Archive. We made it to our government's page.
Why that episode? I don't remember that being a particularly good one, was it?
It was because it was about the Games Crash and
Right.
they were documenting that era or something like that. Yeah.
Right, quite an American thing, really. I mean, we had a scene here as well, I suppose, but
Wow.
that's
Yeah, so
interesting.
We're the best.
Damn
That's
right.
my takeaway.
Confirmed.
We rock.
Okay, 3 questions to go unless we need this tiebreaker. Number
God,
6.
I'm not feeling good about this one.
Which
Any of these.
show, both beloved by us, especially me, has had more episodes so far? A, and I say that very optimistically, A, The Nanny, or B, Diagnosis Murder?
Oh.
Which has had more episodes so far? A, The Nanny, or B, Diagnosis Murder?
Hmm. Did the Nanny have about 6 seasons? Have no idea how long Diagnosis Murder went for.
It feels like it's gone for longer, but
Is it still running?
I don't think I've ever watched it, so I don't know.
It's such a great show. It's still on reruns every day.
And is it one of those shows where they just make 100 in a year?
Yeah.
Feels like they could smash out 100 scripts on that thing every year. So his son, the cop, comes into the hospital for some reason. They solve a murder together.
I sent you guys a Dick Van Dyke fun fact recently because I was watching the Mary Poppins remake, and spoiler alert, he makes a little cameo. He's 94. They gave him, they had a dance sequence for him, and they choreographed 4 different versions, ranging in difficulty. to whatever he was capable of doing, and he insisted on doing the hardest one, refused any help on set,
He
and
insisted on doing them all at once.
when he performed it, he was getting like standing ovations on set. People were blown away, and they also had to put makeup on him to make him look older because he looked too good for his age.
That's
He's
great.
94.
Well,
Amazing.
this question really that fact plays into this next question, Jess. The co-star of that film, who is older? A, Diagnosis Murders Dick Van Dyke, or B, Murder, She Wrote's Angela Lansbury.
I read a fun
Ooh.
fact, and I know.
Oh, really? Jess has really been researching the Dick this week. Who's older? A, Dick Van Dyke, or B, Angela Lansbury, who both appeared in Mary Poppins Returns.
Dave, I don't need to research the dick, okay?
I listened to an interview with Angela Lansbury on the ABC Conversations podcast last month or so. What a cool life she's led. I mean, they both have, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that was number 7.
That was number 7. So one question to go, and it's simply a true or false question. A, true, or B, false. The Amazon River, arguably longest in the world. People debate whether it's that or the Nile, but anyway, definitely up there. The Amazon River has only one bridge that crosses it. Is that A, true, or B, false? The Amazon River has only one bridge that crosses it.
That seems impractical.
A, true, B, false.
I'm having a guess.
Is it noteworthy enough to ask about if there's more?
Well, write down your answers. Let's go through them. The only person to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Matt, who'd you say?
Well, I went through. So I said if it was Paul, it was because of Wings, Beatles, and Solo, probably. And if it was Eric, it was Cream, Derek and the Dominoes, and Solo. And I'm pretty sure Derek and the Dominoes. Oh, geez, it's hard. I feel like they both maybe deserve to be in there, but I went with Eric, and now I'm thinking Paul because Wings had more classic songs. But anyway, I went with Eric.
I said
Yes.
Paul, just to answer your actual question.
The answer is B, Eric Clapton.
Was it those 3?
No, once as a solo artist and separately as a member of Cream, but also as a member of the Yardbirds, which he was early on.
Yardbirds, of course. Yeah, because Derek and the Dominoes only really had Layla was their big classic. I forgot he was also in the Yardbirds.
Yeah, that's
that
crazy.
Scene, because it was the Yardbirds, that band that had members that went on to all sorts of things.
Yeah, like Jimmy Page was also in there.
Oh, wow.
And there's someone else really.
And then the Birds were like that as well, right? They had like members of someone from Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. They all came from other bands. I think all those members would be in at least twice.
Yeah, they're at least twice. All Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And Macca, Paul McCartney's, he's in there twice, but Wings hasn't been recognised yet.
Yeah, it feels like, I mean, they almost, I feel like if it wasn't for the Beatles, Wings would be more respected.
One of my favourite Alan Partridge lines is, Wings there, the band the Beatles could have been.
That's very good.
All right, stalagmite. Does it hang from the ceiling or grow up from the ground? What did you guys say?
I said ground, but I don't
I also said ground.
know.
I remember there being there's something like some sort of a way to remember. Tight, you hold on tight from the ceiling and something, or vice versa. I can't remember what it was. And then I thought, oh, maybe like a termite mound grows up from the ground. So that's why I went with ground.
Well, that's actually good logic there. It is B, ground.
Yes.
Tights from the ceiling, you are correct. What about the action star with a master's degree in chemical engineering from Sydney, Jean-Claude Van Damme or Dolph Lundgren?
This one I found really hard. It's
very baffling.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, and I would be surprised with either.
Yeah.
And I'm Dolph.
I said Dolph.
I wrote down Jean-Claude. I'm thinking Dolph now, but I'll stick with Jean-Claude.
It is B, Dolph Lundgren.
Really?
So he's a really, really big dude, like, close to 2 meters tall type thing. always been physically imposing, but also incredibly intelligent. So that's why he was studying this chemical engineering. And he only sort of got into his industry as an action star because whilst working as a bouncer in Sydney to pay the bills, he was spotted by the Jamaican singer Grace Jones. She hired him to become her bodyguard. Then they became lovers. And then she did one of the Bond themes, and then he was in one of the movies as like a tough heavy in the background. And then he got cast in Rocky as Ivan Drago.
What?
He had a strong look.
Yeah.
Wow. What a life.
But he's in the Expendables, and I think Jean-Claude Van Damme's in the second or the third one, I can't remember, alongside him. But man, he is so badass looking. He's like the toughest looking dude ever.
Yeah, he's huge.
Love him. There you go. Probably would have had a very different life if he hadn't been spotted.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I wonder if it would be better or worse.
Yeah.
Guess you'll never know.
All right, the USA's 50th state. Was it Hawaii or Alaska?
I said Hawaii.
I said Hawaii.
It is Hawaii. It officially became the 50th state, August 21st, 1959.
Isn't it unfair that I knew it and I get 1 point and Jess guesses and she gets 1 point?
I don't think that's unfair. I just think that's how 50-50 works.
Well, yeah. I just like in an unfair way.
Maybe I'm just being like cute and self-deprecating. Maybe I know all the answers and I'm just a fucking boss.
I don't think that's the case. I think you would say so. I know pretty well, Jess, actually.
Who was the person who had planned to go to this place next week? I think Jess knows Hawaii facts.
So I've done my research. I know everything about Hawaii. I don't at all, but the hotel that I'd booked had complimentary ukulele lessons. So I was going to take them up on that.
Do they have a lot of complimentary stuff? That's so specific.
Because they charge you a pretty expensive destination fee. There's a daily fee at all the hotels. So like another $35 per day.
Do they say that like that's for entertainment?
Yeah. So I was going to be making the most of that.
I'm sorry to hear it.
How the other half live, eh?
Best-selling PlayStation game, Crash Bandicoot or Gran Turismo?
I said Crash.
I said Crash as well.
I'm afraid it was Gran Turismo, which sold 10 million copies. Fuck. Crash is sort of in the top sort of 15 or 20 with 6 million.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Not even a competition.
Sorry about that. Which shows had...
Apology not accepted, Dave.
No, we're very mad at you.
More episodes so far. Do you say The Nanny or My Beloved Diagnosis Murder?
I said Diagnosis. Okay.
Oh, there's a split here. It is B, Diagnosis Murder, which is at 178 episodes. Hopefully there'll be a few more to come. 146 for The Nanny. Diagnosis Murder actually started before it and outlived it.
Yeah, right. That's probably the most pointless question you've asked so far, I think. Just going back through them.
I just wanted to talk about Diagnosis Murder. And I'm going to do it again here with Dick Van Dyke. Is he older?
I said he is, but I'm guessing he's not now because I knew one of them would be Dick and the other one, Dick, could be false. And I think I zigged and zagged in the wrong order.
So you've said Dick is older, but Jess, have you said Dick or Angela Lansbury?
I've said Angela Lansbury because in a fun fact I read, it said that Dick Van Dyke only just missed out on being the oldest actor in a Disney film because Angela Lansbury is like 3 months older than him.
That's right. She is just under 3 months, 2 months and a bit older than he is. They're both 94.
Both 94. And they're both in that film and they're both great in it.
Both rocking it.
What film was that?
It's Mary Poppins, the new Mary Poppins, yeah. It's quite sweet.
Seen it? I have seen it. And I don't recall it all that well. I remember that there was a crack in some sort of a
bowl,
and I was I don't know. I remember one of those times I went to a movie and it was just what was on, and I remember sitting there feeling restless the whole time.
Oh, I hate that. I reckon it would be a good plane movie.
I think I'd only ever see it on a plane.
Yeah.
All right, final question.
Last one.
Comes down to this, except we need the tiebreaker. Let's not forget that. True or false, the Amazon River has only one bridge that crosses it. Is that true or false?
I think this one will need to be worth about 10 points for us to need the
Yeah, let's say it's worth 10 points.
Wait. How many have you got so far this round?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you're 6 ahead. So let's say it's worth 6 points.
Well, how about we just give this one and then we'll give the tiebreaker a few points. That way I can bring in the tiebreaker. I wrote the question.
Yeah, sure. I said
but
false because that seems impractical.
Yeah, I said false too, but I guess this was going to be false. I'm like, there's going to be 0 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to
That
be
is
some
actually
dumb.
exactly right. It is none. There are none. None. Isn't that crazy? It's the longest river in the world.
And there's no bridges.
Dave, is that worth 6 bonus points?
Yeah, there's no bridges. Basically because of like when it's flooding in the wet season, they will just wash any bridge away because sometimes it expands and the river's 30 miles across.
Wow.
30 miles across. That's the population of Australia.
Laid end to end.
So,
Right, so what are your scores before we go to this tiebreaker?
Lucky 13, I believe I've got out of 24.
I am on 19 out of 24.
Peas
Alright.
get degrees, as they say.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say that this tiebreaker, I've already written this before, it is actually worth 50 points.
Whoa.
Wow. That
So-
seems disproportionate.
We didn't need to bother doing the other questions. My question is, this is A or B, still 50-50. What should go first on scones? A, jam, or B, cream? Think about this carefully if you want to win this quiz. What should go first on scones? Is that A, jam,
Who's asking?
B, cream?
Who's asking, Dave?
God.
Oh, well, that's easy then. God comes from Devonshire.
A jam.
Jess is saying A, jam. All right, Matt, what do you think? What are you going to lock in?
Well, thinking doesn't come into this, Dave. This is more than the mind. I mean, I know Dave Warnicky thinks jam, but Dave Warnicky is not God.
Well,
So
I think you're fine. Well, I think you're fine.
So
Not far off.
obviously it is cream. Everyone knows that. God knows that. So
This
thank
is the
you,
hill you want to
50
die on? This is the hill you want to die on.
50
So
points.
50
What does that
points.
make? 6. That means I'm on 63
Let me just quickly
out
read
of
out the answer.
25.
As God intended, it is A, jam. And he's written a note here in brackets that says, of course, it's a spread.
So I won.
So Jess won by like 60 points or something.
Wow.
No, that's not how I've got. I've got 63 out of 25.
How'd you get 25?
Well, that was the 25th question.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think
Yep.
Jess got 69 out of 25.
Well, I don't think she did because she said jam.
The
Because
correct
it's a spread.
answer. It's a spread. Why would-
Well, I'm disputing this. And Dave, as you are not a man of God, I don't even think you have a part to play in this conversation.
Hey, I'm just a vessel for trivia, baby. That's
But
all I'm-
heresy is what you're a vessel for.
Matt, you're being a little bit of a sore loser.
I'm confused. How do you lose when you've won? So
You haven't won, mate.
that's the bit
about
that's
to
confused
recount.
me is forget how competitive Jess is. She goes nuts in these things. Thanks, Dave. That was a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for playing along, everyone. Let us know in the comments or in the Facebook group how you went. If you, excluding the 25th question, out of 24, how many did you get right? Were you counting? Let us know.
Did you
Are you
beat
smart?
19?
You're smarter than Jess and or Matt.
Yeah, I think Americans would do well. A lot of American questions. I'd say 1, 2, 3. I'd say probably more than 50%. I think Americans have a bit of an advantage here.
Definitely playing to our numbers a bit there.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. Great work, Dave.
Yeah, good job, Dave.
Bad luck, Jess. You did try very hard.
I
It is
did
wild
give it a
that
go.
you would not. I've told you so many times the correct scone spread order.
I just can never remember.
We should have a on our birthday.
There he goes first.
A birthday midpoint, the night in between. We should have a scones night and Zoom each other.
I'm going to
Ah.
try it with cream first. I'm going to hate it, but
No,
I'm going to try.
everyone I've got to try it that way around. They're like,
But I
yes,
don't
it's
want
so
it to
fun to
melt
see it
in.
on their face when they realize they've been wrong their whole life. It's really actually great, and it's never not happened that way. So
The look on my face would be someone trying to hide that they've been wrong their entire life.
yeah, well, you're not that good of an actor, Dave.
This is disgusting. Oh, can I have another one?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Snorting it up.
You catch me in the toilet. Sorry for the swear. Just eating lots and lots of scones. Sorry for that rude word.
Why are you in the toilet?
Hiding because I don't want Matt to see me absolutely enjoying his cream.
Oh, too late, Dave. I've seen it. I've seen that look.
Thanks for your cream.
So we're going to be back with another boner episode in a week or so.
Yeah, that's right.
This one's going to be about. What's it
End
going
of
to be
the
about?
month. $20 is it
20
called?
bucks.
$20 with Brendan Fraser and an all-star cast.
We're in a real no-name period for the phrase in terms of non-hit films.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm looking forward to seeing it because it just has great other people also doing films that obviously didn't do that well for their career. But
Yeah.
Bashimi's in there.
Yeah, it was a good
Hunt,
cast. I can't remember. some of the
Bashimi,
others.
Christopher Lloyd, Diane Baker, Elizabeth Shue, William H. Macy, Christopher
Wow.
Lloyd, David Schwimmer.
You said Christopher Lloyd twice. That's
He's
good.
in it twice.
That's good.
That's
well,
great.
Playing two
Is it
different
like-
characters.
He's playing the Doc in 1985 and in 1955.
I've been watching The Parent Trap, so I'm imagining that he is playing his own identical twin.
Oh wow,
That's
cool.
true.
Love that.
That's badass.
So yeah, we have that to look forward to.
Tune in at the end of the month for that. But until next time, we'll say thank you so much as always for supporting the show. Hope you had a good time doing the quiz. But until next week, we're all going to say it. Here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Do
Put
go
cream on
Patreon.
first.
Yuck, man.
Sorry, mate, you cut out there. Cut out.
Bye.
Laters. Oh, Jess, we should have been reading the reflection in Dave's glasses this whole time.
Oh my god, we're such idiots.
Oh, enhance.
If I pin your video, can I see more? No, is the answer.
Damn.
Enhance.
Enhance.
Enhance is such funny.
So funny. Enhance.
Enhanced
flip,
comedy is the best.
magnify by 60 degrees. Bounce the sun off the light there.
Can we age him up by 7 years?
We got our scumbag.
Put on a bit of weight. He's lost a little hair.
What's that license
him a
plate
beard.
say? There's a license plate that says "fuck you, cops." Oh,
Whoa.
there you go. Could it mean something?
Sick.
Right,
All right, that
jump
was
on the
fun.
board.